Hi. No one's on yet. I will wait for people to come on. While I do that, I'm gonna get myself set up. Oh my God. Oh, that's why, because my computer is connected to my printer. Shut that baby off. Bye-bye. Hey guys, can't see. I forget how I see who's on. Wave and say hi if you're here so I can see who's on. Oh, hello, Zoe. All right, I was wondering why my computer was lagging, and it was because my Wi-Fi was connected to my printer and not my actual Wi-Fi. Sharon, hello, and so psyched you guys are here. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes. I think we had like 10 people that said they were coming. I know some people were gonna try to catch the after play. But until then, I will just give it a minute for people to get on. We do have eggs, unless your brother is, sorry, hold. I bought a dozen eggs yesterday, so unless everybody ate all the eggs.
Where?
Look in the refrigerator.
They're not there.
Okay, have Max drive you to go buy eggs. Okay, real life. Yeah. All right, he's gone. I guess we have no eggs. I just bought a dozen yesterday. Life with boys. All right, we have 4 people on, 5 people on. Someone else just joined. So grab your water, get your diffusers going. We need chickens. I need chickens like I need a hole in the head. Hey Morgan, welcome. I mean, I actually am tempted by chickens. I was on a walk with the dogs the other night and I heard around the corner what sounded like chickens. I mean, I live like basically next to the city, so I don't know that many people in Dedham have chickens, but I don't know. So funny. All right, so just to give you guys like a heads up of who's on the call and whatever, I'm hoping hey Julia, I'm hoping that it's gonna be kind of like an interactive time. We can kind of learn and grow and share from one another. That's horrible grammar, excuse me. But I have some people that are not on the Young Living team, on my Young Living team, which is totally fine. I decided to open this up because I do get asked all of the time, how do I build a brand? How do I find an influencer? How do I find someone to help me promote my business? And the answer is go look in the mirror. The person that is the only person that's going to promote your business the way you want it promoted is you. And people say, I don't have a following. I don't have a platform. You know what? I didn't either. And I only started this a year ago. So I'll just give you a little background on me because a lot of you have been following me for a while. And sorry, I got to move my chair back. Good Lord. I'm in my office / closet, which I never go in. But I decided to do it in here so like everyone would leave me alone. Anyway, so a little bit of background on me. Let's see where to start. I have a degree in sociology. First of all, I'm 45. I think you guys all know that. I have a degree in sociology from Hamilton College in upstate New York. Moved to Boston after I graduated from college. I worked for a year in graphic design. I was kind of like an assistant. I did a lot of filing, which I was horrible at. But I also did a lot of typesetting and copy editing and whatever. Hey, Bets. So I did graphic design, and then I realized that was not paying the bills. I like literally was eating ramen noodles every night, and I was living in the North End, and whatever. So I took a job in IT recruiting, and that is very much a sales position. I got trained. They flew me to Maryland. I got a 2-week training, and then I hit the road, and I had eventually, I moved up the ranks in that sales organization. I had a pretty large staff that worked under me. And then we moved to Australia, and then I had babies, and then I was a fitness instructor, kind of to kill the time. I was never meant to be a stay-at-home mom. That was never my goal, but I kind of landed that way. I had my first child right before 9/11, my second child right after 9/11. Anyway, that's kind of the backstory. I worked as a fitness instructor for like 15 years when my kids were really, really little, and it got me out of the house, but it was like never my calling. I just did it because I was working out anyway. Eventually, that got really stale. I taught Zumba, I taught spin, I subbed for a lot of boot camps and whatever, and I knew I didn't want to be a personal trainer because I knew that, like, being a personal trainer, I watched it over and over again. It's like basically you're working with people that want you to fix them but don't want to do the work, and that's like not for me. So I'm all about action. If you follow me, you know that. So I picked up my camera, a hobby I had had in high school and college, and I started taking pictures, lots and lots of pictures, and I shared them on social media, and that kind of led to a career in photography, which I still do, and I still shoot, do some commercial shoots and have photography clients. But the photography thing kind of naturally morphed into this social media thing. And it basically snowballed and picked up at the end of last summer. I saw all these people making money online, and I was like, I can do that. None of them were 45. None of them had teenagers. But I was like, I know I can do it. So I told my kids, I am going to build a following on Instagram, and you're going to watch me. And they were like, no, nope, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. You watch. So what I did was I found people that I admired, and I watched what they did, and I figured it out. So basically this is just my opinion of what my experience has been. I've had some luck. I feel like I have a following of people that connect with me and enjoy my stories, for better or for worse. And oh, is anyone else having problems with the screen freezing up? Is anyone else? I should maybe make sure, I don't even know how to do this, that my phone is not connected to my... Anyone else having a problem? Just say no if you're not. You gotta leave. Sorry, now I have another. You are. It's good now. Shoot. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, I went away for a second and now I'm back. Ollie, I can't have you stand there for an hour. What's the matter? Say it. What? I wish you could see him. He looks like an air traffic controller trying to. Oh my God, Christy's on. Hello. What? I can't mute it, Ollie. I don't know how to mute it. Write it down. Okay, it seems okay now. Okay. Sorry, Ollie is haunting me. Okay, so back to me building a social media following. So basically I looked at my kids and I said, I'm gonna do this. And then I figured it out. But the key for me has been consistency, sharing, being honest, and being vulnerable. So, so the first thing I want to say is that if you are building a brand and you have a product or a service or something that you're trying to promote online, every single time you come online, you cannot be trying to push whatever you're trying to push. No one is going to want to engage with you. Everyone's going to be super annoyed. if no one knows anything about you and you're like, hey, I have this thing, buy this, buy this, buy this, they're going to be like, ugh, keep scrolling. So think about the accounts that you love and why you love them. And for me, it's all about human connection. I have people whose stories, like, I feel like I just can't go a day without seeing what they're up to. And when I think about what I love about them is, like, I love to see their kid doing their breakdancing. I don't know. I love to see them doing, like, carpool karaoke and just being, like, funny in their car. I love this one girl who puts on music and then does her makeup every day. And she's just so funny and so real that, I don't know, there are people that I just don't want to miss. And there's nothing about them that's like trying to push anything on me. They're just being themselves. And I love that connection. And so you just got to start. That's the whole thing. Like, most of the people who are on social media are only sharing their kids' birthday pictures, their kids' graduation, and maybe a picture of them when they go on a date with their husband and their makeup's totally done and their hair is done. That's fine, but, like, who gives a crap about that stuff? Like, honestly, when you see that stuff, you're like, ugh, boring. I don't know. I just like to see, like, the ins and outs of people's life. Like, I always have a lot of questions, and I'm always one of those people that will, like, do a deep Google dive when I see someone that I like. I'm like, well, I need to know more about them. So I always think of, like, what would people want to know about me, and then I kind of just share it. And the biggest thing is literally just making the decision to do it. And I hear over and over and over again, I'm going to try to be better about posting. Would you say, like, I'm going to try to be better about eating dinner? Like, you don't try to eat dinner. You, like, eat dinner every night. If you are hungry, you eat your dinner. You don't try to shut the lights out. Like, you either shut them out or turn them on. You don't try to turn a light on. So I would say take the try out of it. Trying to be better about social media is useless. Like, just do it. You just got to do it. Great. So how do I do that? I think you need to think about what's holding you back. And there are a million different excuses. The biggest one people tell me is, I just don't have time. I need someone else to do it for me. And that's a joke. Think about how much time you spend scrolling through other people's feeds, watching what they're doing all day. If you just took maybe 3 minutes of that time and produced your own content, there's your time. You have time. You just need to do it. Some people say, I'm so shy. I just could never be in front of a camera. There are some people on here who actually know me personally. And if you know me, I was wearing a shirt earlier that said, I like coffee and maybe 3 people. I am literally not an outgoing person. If you met me at a party or in a group or whatever, I am, like, shockingly shy. I'm just not super outgoing. I tend to be more of a listener in a group, but I've somehow ripped off the Band-Aid and have gotten rid of my inhibitions, and I feel like I'm staring at myself on a phone and I don't even think about who's on the other end, quite honestly. I'm just like, whatever, this is going on. And honestly, I am the most awkward person I know. I don't know anyone more awkward than me. And it can come off that I'm, like, super bitchy, but I'm not bitchy. I'm just very, very awkward. I hate my voice. I hate my voice. You hate your voice. I hate my voice. I don't hate your voice. Never once have I thought, maybe depends. Like, there's a woman, those of you who live in the South Shore might know, like, she's a receptionist at a doctor's office in Scituate, and her voice, she sounds like she sucked on a helium balloon. Like, maybe if I had her voice, I'd be justified in saying I hate my voice. But, like, honestly, we all hate our own voices. No one else hates them. Yes, this is being recorded. It's a live, so I think it just shows. I'll save the live after it's done. Yes, Carrie. I'm nervous. I already covered that. I hate my voice. I didn't shower. My hair's not done. My makeup's not done, and whatever. How many people watch my stories? Usually I get like 500 views. I mean, it didn't start off that way. It was a slow build on my Essentially Stylish. I don't know, maybe like 30, 40 people watch them by the time they go away. In the beginning, I used to obsess over who was watching my stories, and true story. So when I first started doing this, I'll tell you how it all started. So last September, I want to say it was like right around September 1st, we had just moved from our summer house back to this house that we're in right now. And I took my phone, I put it on Instagram stories, and I storied my laundry room. And when I tell you, it had looked like a tornado hit it. And I was like, no, this is real life. Like, this is not just today. This is like how my laundry room looks all the time. I hate laundry. I don't fold it. I throw it on this counter and the kids pick the clean clothes out. They're all wrinkled. I don't care. This is real life. I've never gotten so many DMs in my life. People were either like, oh my God, I love you. That's amazing. Like, I would never show my laundry room. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you showed us that. Like, people want to see your vulnerabilities. I mean, was I nervous to show you guys my laundry room? Not really, because I don't, whatever, judge me because I don't fold my laundry. Whatever. I think there's more to life. But also, I'm 45, and I know some of you are younger. And when you're in your 20s, it's really hard to think that everyone is not paying attention to you. But the reality is, no one's really paying attention to you. And no one really, I mean, if they're going to judge you for not folding your laundry, then like, it's probably not someone that you should give a shit about, quite honestly. But I swear to God, no. So that's like the big thing. So I posted first my laundry room. Then I ran around my house and I took videos of all the moldy, crusty, dirty bowls, food bowls that were hidden in my kids' rooms. Went around. I was like, oh, I'd like open a drawer. Like, it was disgusting. Literally every single mom of a teenager, I don't have any girls, so I don't know if girls do this or not. I'm assuming some of them may, but every mom of a teenage boy was like, oh my God, thank God I'm not the only one. Thank God. Like, I would never show the world that my kids leave crusty bowls of ice cream in their room for a week and I don't even see it, and there's mold on it by the time I find it, to the point that I'm not even sure if I should throw the bowl out or try to clean it. Like, that's where this was. People loved that. And I'm sure there were people that thought it was disgusting. I'm sure there are people that saw it and was like, she is nasty. And you know what? Good for them. I don't really care. Didn't change. I mean, I still go through my kids' rooms like once a week and pull out all the crusty bowls. They eat shit in their room and don't bring it downstairs. That's life. So this brings me to, my hair is greasy. I don't have makeup on. I'm in my sweats. My house isn't clean, blah, blah, blah. I mean, Sharon said how I post from my bed. I post from my bed. I don't care. If you think I'm lazy. Max said to me today, I said, I'm doing a class tonight on marketing and building a brand. And he's like, so you're just going to tell them how you never get out of bed all day and you literally do nothing and make money? And I'm like, pretty much. Anyway, yeah, so you guys have my number. Like, I don't know. I just kind of put it out there and I don't worry about what other people think. And I honestly think that if someone else is going to judge me for having a dirty laundry room or crusty bowls in my house, like if they're going to go behind my back and judge me and talk about me in that way, then that's a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of me. They are clearly unhappy with themselves and somehow it's manifesting itself in criticizing me. That's not my problem. That's their problem. Oh my God, Ollie said he wants to be invited to my live. He's sending me messages. Good Lord. Okay, so this brings me to like, how quickly do you guys scroll through other people's stories? My nose is running. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. How quickly do you scroll through? I kind of rip through other people's stories. Have you guys ever noticed that I have a lazy eye? I would say probably not. Like, when I first started this, I was like, I can't post this picture. I have one eye that's like twice the size of the other. Like, I had to find like the perfect angle of my face. And, like, I had to have my makeup on. I don't notice your zit, and you don't notice my lazy eye. You don't. We're moving so quickly through other people's content that we're really not criticizing. And if we are, then maybe we need to do a little self-reflection. But typically, I would say 99% of the people that are watching your content are not thinking about what you look like, what your voice sounds like, whatever. They're either thinking like, totally relatable, love this, or like, kind of boring, like gonna keep going. So, I had a note, like, women can be mean, women can be catty, moms can be mean, moms can be catty. And when I first started doing this, I would literally go through and see who was watching my stories. And it got to the point where I sent a message to a friend, and I was like, I don't understand why all these people are watching my stories. Can you tell me honestly, are they watching them so they can make fun of me behind my back? And she was like, girl, you are crazy. No, they're watching them because they're totally entertained. And I'm like, I don't understand what is so, interesting. And to the question, do you post personal content no matter what kind of business? I mean, if you're in business for yourself and you're promoting something that you're passionate about and you're selling, I would absolutely post personal content because people want to know the face behind the brand. I cannot get enough podcasts where they interview business owners. Like, I want to know about their childhood. I want to know their upbringing. I want to know, like, what are those characteristics and what is driving them? How can I be like them so I can be successful? So if they don't share, if they're all buttoned up and they're only sharing content of like their product and their pricing, and I mean, there's no connection. There's no like, okay, Sharon owns a business where she customizes American Girl dolls, if you guys don't know Sharon. And her product is amazing. And I would imagine that the people that are buying on eBay are doing a search for a custom doll. But for me, like, I'm not searching for a custom doll. And I know Sharon personally, but the more I know about a person, I might be inspired. Say I have a gift to buy someone and I'm thinking, I don't know, then if I know something about you, I have a connection with you, you're going to come to mind before I'm going to go search eBay or Etsy or whatever. So yes, women can be mean and women can be catty, but you know what? Those aren't your people. Those are not your people. There are so many positive women out there who are supportive. Find your tribe. Find your tribe and support them, no matter what they do in business. Like, we all support each other. Like, Sharon and I, we have been supporting each other for years in all of our endeavors. Betsy too. Betsy just started her own business. I have a gang of girls. We all do different things, but we are supportive of one another. And if the people who aren't supportive of you or who are what you think are bashing you behind your back, you know what? 100% they're jealous. They're jealous that you have the gall to put yourself out there, to take risks, and to work for yourself. Like, they're probably working a 9-to-5 job that they flipping hate, and they're away from their kids and whatever. And what they hate is that you're taking a risk. You're willing to put yourself out there. They wish that they could do what you're doing, and they're jealous. So stick with the winners. I always say, stick with the winners. Find people you connect with, follow them, comment on their content, support them. You don't have to financially support them, but like if they're hosting an event, like share it, or, you know, like just be supportive. Yep, Betsy owns 2 different businesses. Like, just be supportive. Be supportive. And it goes so far. And so I was going to say, women who put one another down aren't worth an ounce of your thought, really. So find your tribe, stick with them. Okay, so then that leads me to how do I create a connection? I will say that I do follow a lot of bloggers and content creators that I'm almost on the verge of unfollowing because I am so bored. I'm so bored. They're all wearing the same clothes. They all have the same feeds. They edit their photos the same way. Like, there's nothing truly original. The only thing that's going to set you apart from someone else is being true to yourself and being honest and being vulnerable with your followers. So I always say that on Instagram, my Instagram feed looks like a life of perfect little squares, all mapped out. I travel, I have a beach house, I've got 3 kids, I go to private school, whatever. My life looks perfect if you glance at the little squares. And that's how you gain followers on Instagram. They do like consistent looking content and pretty pictures, but that gets old real fast. So if you see my content, I always try to like keep it light when I do, when I do a post. I'll post a picture, but then I keep the commentary light. You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing? I may post a picture of my living room, but it's a picture of my living room, but I'm talking about how my dog shat in the storage closet. Like, whatever. I keep it light so people can connect, and it's all about being honest and being vulnerable and letting people in. Now, I'm not saying that you need to run out and air your dirty laundry online. I don't suggest that. Right off the bat, I say, let people into your life, share your passions. What are you passionate about? What are you good at? Like, if you're good at folding a fitted sheet, flip and share it, because people need to see that shit. I do not know how to fold a fitted sheet, so if you're going to share how you do it, I'm watching. If you are good at, like, you've like the best hot chocolate recipe and you love it, and everyone you know that's ever tasted your hot chocolate flippin' loves it, make it on your stories. Show us. We all have something to share. Like, we're not all that boring that we don't have anything that's an asset. So just figure it out. Like, whatever it is, you have something you're passionate about, you have things that you're good at, and this is a big one, you have things that you suck at. I suck at laundry. I suck at cleaning my kids' rooms. I really suck at gardening. Like, I have a black thumb. Like, you can be self-deprecating. Show the things that you stink at. Ask questions. Ask for help. Show them your dead plant. Be like, anyone have any help? Help a girl out here. How do I, give me some advice. So this leads me to, what's something you can teach your audience, what's something your audience can teach you, so show them your vulnerabilities. And then you guys all follow me, and you know that I've shared my story about my struggle with alcoholism. That took me, I didn't really share it until on Instagram until, I don't know, I had a lot of followers before I cracked that open. I don't know. I just didn't feel like the time was right, and I wasn't doing it for attention, and I wasn't doing it for shock value. You just kind of if you have a platform and you feel a calling, and I don't want to get all mushy and whatever, but sometimes we build up a platform and it's not about selling oils. You know what I mean? There's something bigger than ourselves, and there's a little bit of a calling. And I kind of felt like I had 5,000 followers, and it wasn't all about the the pretty pictures and whatever. It was time for me to share that I was a recovering alcoholic. And I can't even tell you what that has done for me and the relationships that I have with all these people that I interact with on social media. Someone said to me once, and it's so true, the posts that are the deepest, or the posts that are the most personal, touch people so deeply. Like, you never know who you're going to affect by sharing something personal. And like I said, it's a slow roll up to that. So I would, definitely guard yourself, because there's, oh, hey, Jake. It's a slow roll. And a lot of people who are sober have sobriety blogs and whatever. That was not my platform. I never created this as a sobriety platform, but it is a piece of me that I shared with other people, and you just never know who you're going to connect with. So, everyone has a struggle. Everyone has a situation come up. Even like a death. Someone that I followed just shared about her year in the past year. She had a baby, her mother died, like all these different things. And, we only see little snippets of their lives. Like, I didn't know that all this stuff went on with her, because maybe I didn't watch her stories every day. But then she opened up and kind of did an about me, and, kind of did a little bit more of a deep dive, and everyone connected with her, and it really opens it up. So, okay. This brings me to, kind of ask yourself, all right, so I'm ready to start sharing. Think about, like, what are your favorite things to watch on stories? What do you like to watch? Do you like to watch people, like, browsing home goods? I kind of like that. I love when people browse home goods and, like, kind of whisper into the phone, and they're like, oh, look at that lamp, or like, oh my God, that pillow is so ugly. Like, I love that, so I do it sometimes. I'm not really good at it, because I'm definitely self-conscious. I also love when people do try-ons in store dressing rooms. That is so hard for me. But I sometimes do it. I mean, I'm so not a fashion blogger. I also love when people do makeup tutorials. And if you've been watching me long enough, following me long enough, you've seen that I've done that too. Like, whatever, if you see someone do something that you connect with, try it. I mean, you're gonna fail. There are gonna be some times where you put out a story and no one messages you about it. But don't think of it as a fail. Think of it as growth. It's all about personal growth. And, like, how can you push yourself? It's like, once you push yourself out of your comfort zone, like, kind of, that's when the magic happens, and that's when you make these connections. Like, most of you who are on here, I never really knew personally in my personal life. I've met you all through social media, aside from a couple of people that I've known from college or, in and around. Take risks, share a wide variety of things. Like, do I have YouTube? I do have a YouTube channel, but quite honestly, I don't have the energy to do all the editing. I think I need to, like, I need to hit it big to find a videographer to do all that editing. I just don't have it in me. Ollie said he was going to do it for me, and he's just too busy. So my YouTube is minimal, but I do have a goal to, like, if I'm doing more of these kind of live classes, just to save them and then have a YouTube channel for stuff like that for replays. But no, I just do it all on stories, because the best thing about stories is they go away after 24 hours. 24 hours, either people see it or they don't, and then they forget about it and you're moving on to the next day. Like, there's something to be said about the magic of it disappearing and, like, not really being permanent. And if you want it permanent, you can save it in highlights. Perfect timing. Okay. So, next one. You need to have a public account. Everyone hear that? You need to have a public account. Instagram, you need to have a public account. If you are sharing things that you are not comfortable with certain people in your life stalking and seeing, you can block them. For example, don't tell my parents, but they're blocked from my Instagram stories, because I just feel like they don't need to see my daily nonsense. Like, that would, like, create so much worrying. Just block the people you don't want to see. but you do need to have a public account, because how are people going to, like, think of it this way. Do I think people don't look at posts much anymore and just look at stories? Yes, I find that I look at stories, but I also look at posts. I think posts are, depending on what your goal is and what your business is, posts are extremely important for reach and for gaining followers, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I think day to day, the meat and potatoes of like getting to know someone is going to be through stories. And if you don't know how to block people, message me. I'll help you. I'll help you figure it out. The other thing I do is I make my Facebook posts public. I tend not to rant on Facebook. I do rant. I rant about political stuff all the time. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Not being polarizing, but I tend, so I have my Instagram shared to my Facebook. And anything that I post to my Instagram, I would post on the cover of a newspaper. I would have it announced over the loudspeaker at the kids' school. Do I have a business account or do I have a personal? So I have my regular account, AR Photography Style, is a business account. The thing with the business account is that you can only post then if you click the Facebook, slide the Facebook thing over to share to Facebook, it will only share to a business account on Facebook. You cannot link a business Instagram account to a personal Facebook account. So my big account here is on Instagram is a business account. I do like to see the analytics. You just get much more feedback if it's a business account. I've gone back and forth. You can switch it back and forth. You can have a business account 1 minute and 5 minutes later switch it to a personal and see how you like it. But I've pretty much kept it a business account and have had it that way for several years. There are pros and cons to both. My oils account is a personal account, and that links to my personal Facebook. There is a huge debate going, do I have a separate account for my business? I would say for 90% of people, especially if you're just starting out, the answer is no. Keep it all wrapped up into one. And then this gets me to content creation. So you want to create a wide variety of content. And the consistency is the key. So you're not going to try to do better about posting on Instagram. You're going to post on Instagram and you're going to post 5 days a week. Take 2 days off. Doesn't matter which ones. You can kind of wing it. But what I would do is on Sunday or Monday, think about your content for the week. And then I come up with a rough plan. And honestly, now I'm to the point where I can just wing it. But you're going to post 5 days a week. And it's going to be a wide variety of content. And every 5th post is going to be about your business. So I'm going to post a picture about my dogs. I'm going to post a picture of my living room. I'm going to post a recipe from whatever that I made. I'm going to post a beautiful landscape. I'm going to post a picture of a fish that I caught, whatever. Every 5th post is going to be about your business. No more. Because if you inundate people on your personal account with your oils nonsense and your witchcraft and your, unicorn hair dolls, they're going to be like, this girl is so annoying. Because there will be people that aren't interested in what you're selling. No matter what angle you take, you're going to lose followers. For me, I did create a separate account for my oils business because I felt like I had so many people that I had built up a relationship with, and I felt like if I was going to share more information, especially now that I have a team working with me, I did not want to lose my base followers because I do have other aspects of my life that I use Instagram for. So I did create the oils account specifically just for oils, but I will work on my regular Instagram account. I still do kind of live by the every 5th post rule. Next thing is every 5th post you post about your business, no more, no less. Every 5th post you need to show your face. Did you hear that? Every 5th post I want to see your eyes and your face in those little squares. We're voyeurs. We want to see who's behind Who is behind all of those pictures? It's horrible. Like, I cringed when somebody told me that that's what you really needed to do. And then I thought about it and I'm like, you're right. Like, I love the accounts when the people who have the voice are in a lot of the pictures. I like to see who they are, what I want to see their eyes. And we see it on stories. Zoe, no thank you. Yep. No, every fifth post. And I mean, give or take some, it doesn't have to, I mean, it's not exact, but like so just sprinkle it in. Think of the people you follow. You want to see their face. And I want to see your face. You hold up your dog, anything. We want to see your face. We do. Stand with your kids, whatever. Like, just do it. I don't mind it as much anymore, but I hated it in the beginning. But now I'm like, whatever. I'm going to do what I got to do, right? I'm going to do what I got to do to get this thing done. And that's showing my face on my Instagram feed. I mean, in the beginning, honestly, I would never be in a picture alone. I'm like, grab my kids and like cover my whole body with them and whatever. But I should have a knitting class too. Oh my God, the knitting. It's almost knitting season. You guys just wait if you're new followers. Yeah, show your face. Group pictures, random selfies. Start slow. Start slow. Honestly, do like a way pullback. Like, show a picture of your house and be like the tiny little person standing on the front steps or sitting on the front steps. Like, work your way up to it. It's scary. Mascara and lipstick, that's it. I mean, not even. I mean, people, how quickly do you scroll through? Are you like zooming in like, oh my God, does Sharon have lipstick on, mascara? Oh my God. Like, no, you scroll through so fast, especially when it's in a feed, like you're not even looking. People are not looking. But I will tell you, they will lose interest if you are not appearing in your own feed. They will absolutely lose interest. And then one of the other things I had is with your, when you're doing your posts, this is huge. Okay, how many seconds do you have on Instagram stories? You have 15 seconds. But I have an app called Clip Story. If you just Google Instagram, like, I forget what it's called. Like, I think it's called Cut Story. So I can do one long video and it'll cut it up into 15-second clips for me. And then I have to manually post them all. It's kind of tedious, but it does work. Or you can just do a live, which is another workaround, and that'll stay up for 24 hours. With your posts, you need to have a call to action. If you just post a picture of, I don't know, a pen, and you're like, here's my pen, people are like, cool. And you're like, here's my new favorite pen. I got it at such and such. Do you have a favorite pen? Where'd you get it? And then they have to, like, they're going to have to respond, especially the women that are in your tribe or the people that are in your tribe. They're going to respond. That's how you create interaction. So you take your picture, and you don't have to have a question in mind when you create your content. But when you're posting it, you're like, okay, what can I ask, or what kind of call to action can I bring to this image? And think of something. I mean, usually it's just ask a question, like, what's everyone doing this weekend? I'm going apple picking or whatever, like, or what's your favorite thing about fall, or I don't know, whatever. Whatever it is, just have a call to action, because if you don't ask a question or you don't ask for any response, who's going to get motivated? You're not motivated to comment. It's a pain to comment on things, but then you kind of feel bad where you see someone and you're like, you know, asking a question of like, you know, what's your favorite brand of cheese or whatever, and you have the answer and you feel compelled to tell them that they need to buy, you know, Cabot. So call to action. And then couple last things to reflect on as you like head into this journey is like, think of social media this way. Like, we are all creating the content, right? Like social media wouldn't exist if people like you and me weren't creating content. Are you a giver or are you a taker? Are you one of those people that never ever post, or maybe post like 2 or 3 times a year, and then but you're on it all day looking to see what other people are doing? Like, you're a taker. What's preventing you from jumping in and being a giver? Because like it's a two-way street. Like, it doesn't work if people don't contribute. So think of it as your civil service. You need to start contributing to the community of social media. And then just think about, like, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Be self-deprecating. Like, nothing is better than someone making fun of themselves. I mean, don't do it all the time, because then it turns into like Debbie Downer. But like, yeah, Sharon is definitely a giver. I like to be a giver. I'm also a huge taker, but I like to be a giver. I don't know. I feel like it's a two-way street, and I want to be a giver. I want to give back. So, okay. And then I started to say, like, nobody wants to see Debbie Downer. You got to be positive. Keep your feed positive. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't be self-deprecating. It doesn't mean you can't make fun of your kids. It doesn't mean that you can't complain about your husband or whatever. But like, if everything you say and every post you make is like putting something down or negative, you're going to lose followers. Keep it upbeat. Keep it positive. If you get a troll, so now your account is public and you might get some strangers and some trolls commenting on your stuff, go in and delete their posts. Like, if someone posts something negative or has a negative comment on something that you post, just go in and delete it. Like, you don't have to panic. Just go in and delete it. Simple as that. Keep it positive. Keep it light. I mean, do a deep dive every now and again to like draw people in. So start with planning your content. Try to build up to 5 posts a week. I mean, I'm not expecting you to like jump in tomorrow with a post every single day, but so you got to start somewhere. I mean, aim for, like, set a goal and be like, okay, it's Tuesday. By Sunday, I want to do 3 posts. I'm going to do 3 posts. I'm going to force myself to do it. And maybe do 3 posts and do every other day, do a couple stories. Try it. Just try it. The stories go away. Like, just try it. Set a goal for yourself and follow through, you know? Yeah, you don't need to blow sunshine. This is the other thing. Like, you don't need to, like, blow sunshine all the time. Like, be honest, but don't be negative, if that makes sense. Oh, I love doing polls and asking questions on stories. I'm sure you guys all saw the great underwear debate with yoga pants. Find something that you're passionate about. Throw it out there. If you are passionate about it, chances are other people have an opinion too, on stories. So, do a poll or ask questions on Instagram stories. There's a whole pull down. You press a little icon and you can take a poll and you can ask questions and you can ask for feedback and whatever. It's very interactive. And then when you do take a poll, make sure to post the results. Let the other people that are watching your stories, what the other people think and are saying. Like, I don't know, I think it was last week. I don't know what day, last week, I posted a video or a story about whether or not I wore underwear with yoga pants, and I had a very strong opinion about it, and it created this 24-hour frenzy of people having very strong opinions about whether or not you should wear underwear with yoga pants. Totally hilarious, innocent topic. So much interaction and so much engagement. Like, that's how you build followers. You pick something you're passionate about and you throw it out there. Last night I went with grammar, the grammar police. I got messages all day long today from people that are like, hell yes. I don't know, just like whatever's on your mind, throw it out there. This brings me to respond to every single DM you get. Every single message you get, you need to respond. You do not need to be on your phone all day, but set aside time. If you're going to ask for people to interact with you, you need to respect the fact that they're giving you their time, and you need to respond to them. Respond. Don't leave anyone hanging. If someone takes the time to send you a message, that post changed my life. Underwear with yoga pants. It's a real thing. Like, it's seriously, I mean, I do still have all of those videos. I could probably put them in a highlight because I think it's a really important topic. But yeah, respond to every single DM. Obviously, if you have a public account, you're going to get some creepy DMs. Block those people, delete them, whatever. Don't let them message you. That's fine. I get a lot of them. And then sometimes I screenshot them and then post them on my stories to shame the creepers. That's kind of funny too. Okay, this brings me to a couple last points before I log off. Profile picture. Your profile picture has to be a picture of you. I don't want to see your cat. I don't want to see your kids. I don't want to see your kayaks or your boat or your lobster pots or your house. I need to see your eyes and I need to see your face. If you are trying to build a brand and you are trying to build a business and you are the face behind the brand, how the heck can you market yourself or your brand with a picture of your cat? I know I'm a professional photographer and I can help you with those services, but I'm not trying to sell that. Like, honestly, cell phones are good enough now that you can, even my profile pictures are selfies that I shot with an iPhone 6. Like, a little bit editing and you're good to go, but it needs to be a picture of you. It has to be. Betsy's photo is fabulous. Thank you. I took it. It is. It's great. She came over. It took 30 seconds. I do it. I mean, it's so easy. It's painless. Everyone needs a good photo. Everyone needs a good photo. Everyone needs a good photo. Okay. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't obsessively check your comments and whatever. Like, some posts are going to get more likes than others. Some ideas you have, like some lives are going to do better than others. Whatever. Like, sometimes you're going to promote whatever you're selling and no one's going to bite. And whatever. Other times you're going to have like 1 million people that need to know more. Yes, 20 minutes tops for a photo shoot. Tops. Do not be afraid of failure. Failure is growth. If you're not failing, then you are not growing. And this whole thing, like, why would you even create a business or start a business or be an entrepreneur if you weren't about personal growth? It's about the business, but it's about growing. So take some risks. You're going to fail. You're going to get back up. You got your girl gang. We're all in it together. And we're going to support one another. So you fall down and we're like, shit, that happened to me too. Like, get up. Let's go. Whatever you're promoting, like, people are going to say no. People are going to say, no, I'm good. I am good. Like, I don't want whatever you're selling. That's fine. Maybe you planted a seed. Maybe they'll come back to you in a couple of years. Maybe they'll never think about it again. But, like, for every no you get, you know, you might get a yes too. So, like, don't let failure or negativity, like, stop you. And do not obsess over number. Like, the number of likes you get on a photo is meaningless. Like, you need a part 2. We're going to do a part 2. Okay. So all of this to say that putting yourself out there, creating a presence on social media that people are actually engaging with and actually watching and looking forward to seeing what you are up to creates the easiest foundation for conversation with people in real life. I can't tell you how many times I run into someone at the supermarket and they're like, I need to hear more about blah, blah, blah that you posted on social media the other day. I can't wait to sit down with you. You need to tell me about it. So much easier than going in totally cold. They know nothing about the business you've started, what you're doing, what your goals are, whatever. And you need to approach them and be like, hey, do you want to go for a coffee and talk about, like, my new business? I'm like, I've got some skincare products that I'd like to show you. Like, you're going to get far more no's if you go in cold and people have no idea what you're talking about. But if you've been posting once a week or sharing on your stories, it's all about sharing. It's not about like, buy my shit. It's all about like sharing. Like, hey, I go to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's does not pay me a nickel for sharing their products, but I love their products. And Betsy sent me a message today saying like, what do you love from Trader Joe's that I should serve at my event? And if you like Trader Joe's, you're going to share Trader Joe's, and you're going to share what you love from Trader Joe's just as much as you're going to share the products that you're using. And you're not trying to sell any of them. You're just sharing. It's all about just sharing whatever it is. You're just sharing what you're doing. And if people are invested in you and they're interested in what you're doing, then you're planting a seed. So that's all to say that this is all a foundation for life outside of this tiny little phone. And that when you see people in real life, it just lays a foundation of, you know, you all know what I'm doing all day. You know, I went to Home Goods today, you know, whatever, that I returned my FiOS, whatever. So when you see me in the grocery store, it's so much easier for me to interact with you because you, like, I'm far less awkward because I have a basis for conversation, and that comes, you know, for business too. Like, I know that Betsy's having an event for her business on Thursday and Friday. I know that her company's launched a new product line and she's doing testing and whatever. So when I see her in the grocery store, that conversation is so natural that she could say, hey, did you see that I'm having an event on Thursday night? Can you come or whatever? It's not like calling someone on the phone and explaining that you work for a company that's launching a new product, whatever. You guys get the point. So, we will come back for another sesh. I think I have a couple of other further content ideas. I want to talk about content creation and how to edit how to edit photos on your phone to create like a pretty consistent feed and whatever. I have some good technical stuff that I want to do for small business owners, and I think it's just fun to create a community. So I don't know who else is still on here. I know we have some people from my Young Living team. And I want you guys to stay on, and I want to have just a quick little powwow, answer any questions that you guys might have about sharing and whatever. And if you're not on my Young Living team and you want to work with me and work on a team that empowers one another, supports one another, has a lot of content and resources, and it's just like fun. It's a fun group. Message me. I'd love to talk about it because there is room on the internet for everyone. So anyway, if you have any questions about essential oils, because really that's like kind of where my business is growing right now. I'm still maintaining the photography side of things, but I've kind of like morphed and whatever. Hit me up. I got plenty of room on my team. And it is definitely fun. It is definitely fun to be part of a girl gang. It's definitely fun to be part of a group where people are like psyched about growing and learning and like building something together. And I never thought that I would be doing this, but it's like the best. So thank you guys so much for coming. If you are in on my Young Living team, stick around for like another 3 minutes. Everyone else, you can jump off. Just let me know if you're still here from Young Living. I can see, it's hard for me to see. I think I see Emily. It's so hard for me. Just give a wave if you're still here. I just want to know who is still. Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I can't really see. Are you still here? All right, Carrie's still here. Sorry, Carrie's still here. Oh my God. name pronunciation. Need to reprogram my brain. All right, yay, Emily's still here. Anne is still here. So I hope you guys have learned something and have been like inspired a little bit to do like a little bit of content creation. And honestly, you don't have to like dive right in. Just like get your big toe wet. Like put aside the like, I'm going to try to do better, or I'm going to try to do social media, just whatever. Like just do it. Do it. And you never know where it's going to, like whatever you put in, you are absolutely going to get out. And even if it's just like, it's so much more than just selling a product. It's like all about the team and learning from one another and like taking some risks. Like whoever thought that I would be teaching a class on Business 101 on a Tuesday night like 6 months ago? I didn't know that this is where I was going to be, but like Kari is still here. I didn't know that this is where I was going to be, but you know what? Like, and even when I started with Young Living, they were like, you got to teach a class, you got to teach a class. I'm like, F that, I'm not teaching a class. I don't do classes. But guess what? Here I am. I just taught a class. And it's been awesome. And I feel so, like, it's so empowering. And it's, I don't know, it's a new sense of self. It's a new sense of purpose. And it's just really fun to be along for the ride with you guys. So even if you never signed anyone on to Young Living, but you just want to be a part of like learning how to use the oils and like figuring out how to incorporate them in your life and like whatever, it's so fun to have you on the team. Even if 6 months from now your neighbor's like, what the heck is that, you know, cleaner you're using? I love how it smells. Whatever, like you'll have some foundation to like think like, hey, like, do you want to start? You want to try it? You want a starter kit? Whatever. So anyway, thank you guys for joining. I will be doing some more classes like this for business builders, and I'm so psyched you guys came. I think this was fun, even though my nose was running and my little one was interrupting. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will chat soon. Message me if you have any questions. Bye.